Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here.
Well, hello. First of all, I want to apologise for the lack of content over the last couple of weeks. My mum has been in hospital and she got discharged last week, but things went rapidly downhill and she's moved in with us. So I've been decamped from my office, which is now a temporary bedroom for her. She's all nice and cosy up there. But unfortunately, that means that my time was a little bit taken away from you guys. But I've now moved my office somewhere else, i.e. the kitchen diner, which is why the sound quality is slightly different because I am in a bigger, larger room with a little bit more echo. And I'm able to work again. Woohoo! So on Tuesday, Harry and Meghan returned to that fateful place that the alleged near catastrophic car chase happened. Yes, Manhattan, New York. And they were speaking at an event that was hosted by Archwell Foundation, and it was being held to mark World Mental Health Day. Now this apparently is the first time that they have hosted this summit, and it was a bit of a crap show, to be perfectly honest. Now the event is meant to spotlight families advocating for safer online spaces for their children and teenagers, and Harry and Meghan have been reportedly working closely with the families behind the scenes. Meghan explained at the summit a year ago, we met some of the families, and at the time it was impossible not to be in tears hearing their stories because it's just devastating. As parents though, our kids are really young, 2.5, 4.5, but social media isn't going away. And by design, she continued, there was an entry post that was supposed to be positive and create community, but something has developed and there's no way to hear that and not try and help these families have their stories heard. Then Harry chimed in, I think for us, for myself and my wife, with the kids growing up in a digital age, the priority here is to again turn pain into purpose and provide as much support as well as spotlight and a platform for these parents to come together, to heal, to grieve, and to also collectively focus on solutions so that no other family anywhere has to go through what they've been through. Meghan reflected on her approach to these issues as a mother of children who aren't quite online yet. She told the panel that being a mum is the most important thing in her entire life, outside of her marriage to Harry. She added that she felt fortunate that their children were too young for safe online spaces to be an immediate concern. However, she noted that she felt frightened at how it's continuing to change, and this will be in front of us. They say being a parent, the days are long, but the years are short. So it worries me, but I'm also given a lot of hope and energy for the progress we've made in the past year, being able to have these incredible parents, these survivors of these experiences, share their stories, and the more information gathered we're able to do, the more we can move the needle a bit, she continued. Everyone is affected by the online world and social media. We all just want to feel safe. I'm confident that with more ears and awareness and visibility of what's really happening, we can make some significant change together. Now, the irony is not missed on me. This World Mental Health Day, which was hosted by Archwell Foundation, was titled Project Healthy Minds. Ironic, seeing that these two have literally gone on a culling spree over the last 3 years towards their own family. What about their families' healthy minds? Now listen to this.
Don Harris is a friend of ours that we started working with a few years ago, founder of Center for Humane Technology. And Tristan had said, just like when something is invented, let's take the car, for example. When the car was first invented, there wasn't a seatbelt. You could smoke inside of your car. And what happened? People started to get hurt. People started to die. So you started to change the car. You would put in safeguards so that this new piece of something that is part of our evolution is adapting to keep people safe. Right now, even if you're veering off into the lane, maybe you're getting a little sleepy, you'll go beep, 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 bring you right back to where you're safe. And so as we watch the evolution of social media and the internet, what are those same modifications we need to make to ensure that just like that car, we are adapting to the times, because people are getting hurt and people, specifically children, are dying.
So let me guess this straight. She's talking about trauma. She's talking about the families that have come to them, talking about their trauma and what they've been through and what their children have been through online. And she's talking about it with reference to car seats, seat belts, while sitting next to her husband, whose mother died in a car crash because she didn't wear her seat belt. So she's making that direct comparison between her demand for online safety and somebody not wearing a seat belt, i.e. his mother. I think the direct comparison that she's using is awful, to be perfectly honest. And we've got to talk about the elephant in the room. She's banging on about the safety of online, of being online, and how it needs cleaning up. Yet her fans are renowned as one of the worst toxic groups out there. I don't think there's many of us that are outspoken about Harry and Meghan and their hypocrisy and their lies that have not come into contact with the Sussex Squad. Their online community has some of the worst, disgusting commenters out there. And it's also said that she's well aware of this, yet she doesn't call out to her fans to make it stop. She's never ever addressed them. In fact, she has phoned one of the worst ones out there, and it hit mainstream media, the fact that she did this. The lack of insight that this woman has is astounding. I'd like to reference a quote that this is what she said on stage. It's utter word salad. Try and wrap your head around this. If there's going to be so much focus on what we're doing, then to try to focus on what we're focusing on. What? Let's read that again. If there's going to be so much focus on what we're doing, then to try to focus on what we're focusing on. Complete and utter word salad. This is satire at this point, isn't it? Either that or it's angling for politics, because that's a politician speak, isn't it? That is something that would come out of a politician's mouth. Basically, what's happening is that they want to censor social media, and they've been grumbling on this for many, many years, but never to this level. I'd also like to point out the hypocrisy of her talking about the importance of being a mother and how she's scared for her children in a room where parents were there who had lost their children because of social media. I think that's a little tone deaf, don't you? In order to be taken seriously in this field of online safety, there's one thing that Meghan Markle has to do, and that's call out her fan behaviour. Without that, all of these words are completely meaningless. I've shown multiple times on my channel exactly how vile the Sussex Squad can be, and their vitriol towards not just the people that are critical of Meghan Markle, but also to the royal family. Let's not forget that this couple sent Prince Philip and the late Queen to their deathbeds while thinking that Harry and Meghan have accused the royal family of being racist, cruel bullies. Where was their concern when they went on Oprah or after they did their hagiography on their Netflix series? Where was their concern for the royal family when they spouted outright lies towards the royal family, and the onslaught that then followed on social media and mainstream media worldwide for weeks and months and is still ongoing? Not content with completely overshadowing her husband, at one point during the summit, she actually referred to him as this one. How demeaning is that? But hey, that's what narcissists do. They belittle. Anybody remember this particular bombshell that was written in 2019, which basically uncovered that Meghan's had a Twitter bot network? The whole thing is a bit insane. It said that the European consultation firm discovered a highly connected Twitter hive that is attacking journalists who cover the royals. This report said that the journalists who write about the royals for major British outlets such as the Telegraph and the Express were finding themselves under assault on social media for virtually anything they wrote about Meghan Markle. And I can't do this video and not mention the other elephant in the room, and that is Christopher Boozy. I don't like mentioning his name because he thrives on the drama, he thrives on the attention, and, well, he's just a nasty bully, to be perfectly honest. We all know exactly what he did to us and how he behaved, and he's still doing it. What's laughable is he's still referring to Bot Sentinel that's now all but defunct, but he's also suggesting that when Harry and Meghan return to social media, they're already there, mate, but they're hiding, I can assure you, that they go over to his social media platform and not Twitter, because it's a safe place. Well, that's not what I've heard. Let's get one thing straight. Meghan Markle is using other people's trauma and experience to censor social media. That's exactly what they want. And a lot of people are suggesting that she's doing this in preparation for her political career. And I've got no doubt about it. That's probably very, very true. You see, narcissists don't like to be criticised. It's one of the things they absolutely hate. It turns into narcissistic rage. They hate to be called out on their behaviour. Now, I'd just like to also point out that on the same day, World Mental Health Day, Prince William and Catherine went to Birmingham as they hosted a forum for young people exploring our emotional worlds, focusing on the importance and understanding emotions and building positive relationships. Now, Prince William and Princess Kate took the train from London to Birmingham. Meghan and Harry, on the other hand, took a 7-car convoy, about 200 feet. Yep, that's right. They took a police escorted convoy around the block to attend their World Mental Health Day festival in New York City. The cars left the garage near the Equinox Hotel in Hudson Yards, taking a left on 33rd Street in accordance with the one-way street, only to end up in another garage on 33rd, 200 foot from the first. 7-car convoy. But have you noticed how Harry stopped banging on about being eco-conscious? Because he knows that he's not. He's not eco-conscious at all. If he were eco-conscious, he wouldn't take a 7-car convoy 200 feet. He'd do exactly like his brother and his sister-in-law did and take the train from London to Birmingham. I'd like to finish this video just on one simple photo, and that is a photo side by side put on Twitter by the Twitter account Royal Wales, and they say feeling comfortable is very important to convey an appropriate message to the audience. I don't know anything about body language, but if somebody asked me which of the two men is more confident of himself, I'd say Prince William. Being a leader comes naturally to Prince William. Side by side, Prince William versus his brother Prince Harry. Just look at the difference in photos. One looks like a strong, confident heir to the throne, while the other looks like a completely belittled, broken man. So I would really love to know your thoughts on all of this. What do you think of Meghan Markle taking on social media yet again? Do you think that is completely hypocritical of her, given what they've done in the past 3 years towards the royal family and her own family as well? She attacked her father on Oprah, she attacked Samantha on Oprah, and they themselves came under massive social media onslaught. Yet there was no compassion or action with regards to Meghan's family, and also what they did to Harry's family on a global scale, and what they had to go through, and the comments that were posted all over social media with regards to them, and the consequences of what Meghan and Harry said. How do you feel about Meghan taking on social media for the children? Slightly hypocritical, given the fact that her own fan base have said some heinous things with regards to the Cambridge children. It's disgusting. It really, really is. And finally, what do you think about the 7-car convoy just going one block, 200 feet? As always, I would love to know your thoughts.
Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.